flight attendant, so that might get, you could just be like, hey, I talked about
Okay,
you on the
Jimmy,
podcast.
start.
Yeah, so I wake up in the morning and
Feeling like P. Diddy.
I was just like, I looked at the weather. It's like, I'm probably not going to fly today because clouds are super low. It looks super gloomy out. I'm going to be fine. So I take our cat to the vet, and then I get home, and then I've already like set the expectations for the day that I'm going to be at home all day. Amy and I are going to do our errands. It's going to be a great day. And then I get a message from this girl that I'm going to share time with, and she's like, hey, by the way, I think it looks good, so we can move. Like, we can go ahead and go out and fly it. But I have to drive to St. Louis, which is like 2 hours away. Mm-hmm. So I hop in the car.
Why don't you fly there?
I didn't have the plane.
That'd be why. By the way, share time with is how they talked about. I'm pretty sure that's how they talked about dating people in the 50s. They've been sharing time down there at the soda shop.
Yeah, and I got to be honest with you, that for Amy, that makes me mad.
A little bit.
Yeah, I don't like that you're sharing time with.
What's this little broad's name?
Well, there's more than one girl that he shares time with.
No
too.
way.
One
At the
of them's
same time?
17.
Excuse
wow.
me?
What?
17.
I don't like this a bit.
So you're flying with minors? Because you just said that a second ago.
Hey.
Hold on.
No, dig yourself out of that, Jimmy.
It's cheaper.
You
It's
just said it's
cheaper.
Whoa.
Hold on. Are you flying over
That
state
is
borders?
dark.
Are you flying over?
Are you flying into Tijuana with this 17-year-old?
Not at all.
Okay, take a drink. That's, you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of Zuckerberg on trial, drinking all that water.
Yeah.
You're real nervous trying to get your way out of this.
No.
This has really opened up into something I was not expecting it to turn
Yeah.
into.
Well,
Can
so
I
when he
set the
started,
scene?
no, can I say something really quick? When he started with the 17-year-old, and they were messaging back and forth, I said,
Excuse me?
you need to
Excuse me?
you need to ask and see if her parents know that she is flying with someone in that's 30. And somebody else put this in perspective to me. They said anyone who's going to be an instructor or someone that she's going to learn with is likely going to be older than her, though. You have to think about it that way. Like
Right.
any teacher, anything. So I was like, okay, her parents probably know then. Like it's not like she's flying with another 17-year-old up in a plane.
Yeah, but you definitely still don't take their word for it. You know what I mean? Like,
I
What's wrong,
ask
Jim?
these questions.
I don't like that flavor.
what'd you do with it? I was just sitting on my couch.
Put it on this plastic.
So Jim wakes up, and the weather's sultry, and it's overcast, and it's just a real sexy day.
Okay.
And Jim texts one of his his harem of shared time ladies, and he's like, "Who is it today, ladies?
What day is
Who
it
wants-
of the week? What
who
day
wants
of
to
the
fight
week
over
is
the
it?
Jimbo?"
Friday morning.
He's like, who's Friday? And then he goes down the Rolodex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got one of those
He
like real
spins it.
ones.
He's in a robe.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
With an ascot.
Yeah.
And a glass of brandy.
Yeah, and a pipe.
Oh man, hair slicked back. You're real sexy in this fantasy I'm having. I mean, like I say that platonically. Like,
Yeah.
Sexy bro.
What's the 17-year-old's just her first name?
Bree.
Well,
Bree.
I
Okay.
don't know if we should have done that.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know the rules.
It's a common.
First name's fine. First
Yeah.
name's fine.
First name's fine. What's
Yeah.
her social? Do you know that? 582.
Haven't got that far yet.
Okay. Yeah, I think as a podcast rule, just going forward, you do your own thing in your own life. We probably need to not message underage people when it's podcast business. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I mean,
Seems like a good business rule.
So let me ask
bad
you
with
this. Let me ask
Well,
you this.
this is how she got my information. I had reached out to my instructor at the time and said, hey, I need people to fly with. Like, I want to split time because flying's expensive. So if I can reduce my costs, great, we'll do it. So Bree texts me out of nowhere, and she's like, hey, Cotter gave me your information saying you're looking to split time. I'm working on my instrument rating, and I just need to fly cross country and do all these other things.
Cross country.
Cross country is more than 50 nautical miles from an airport. That's all.
Nautical?
Nautical.
Is that farther than land miles?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool story.
I wasn't going to bring up age or anything because I just assumed that everyone is like
That's a good point.
I wasn't going to bring it up. And then she's just like, by the way, how old are you? I was like, oh, shit. She's like, I'm 17. I was like, well, I'm 30. So
yeah.
And you're like, what's your favorite class? So did you ask her that?
no, she
Have you
doesn't
ever
go to high school anymore.
You know a lot about this broad.
I asked him to ask questions because
Let's-
you don't just start flying when you're 17 unless like you have like help from your parents or there's specific things going on.
She's like,
So you're asking. I need more context. So Jimmy's asking her questions that are girl questions, by the way.
Yeah.
And does she know that you're asking for your significant other? So she thinks
No.
you're just like taking an interest in her life.
she's like, how old are you? You're like 30. Where do you go to high school?
No. She doesn't go to high school.
But how did you find that out?
We were in a plane. Like, we had to fly from here.
I love
and
this.
We flew,
We're just giving you a hard time. It's just
Where
a
did
funny
we-
situation. It's like a TV show. Like it would be,
We flew to Hannibal and then back. So it's a long flight. It's just like a car
Right.
ride. And I'm more of like, I'm in the right seat, and I'm just like, hey, like, because she has these glasses on that she can only see the cockpit and not outside. And
Really? That's cool.
yeah.
Wow.
how you
Is that
have
like
to-
an anxiety thing or?
No, it's for instrument because it's supposed to simulate like you're in a cloud. So you're just going along the instruments and you're not able to navigate outside.
It's like training with those like air restricting masks.
Right.
you know?
Yeah, just like
it's
that.
it
Just-
kicks up the training.
Just you only
training
get the
simulator.
instruments.
Gotcha. Okay. Is she a better pilot than you?
I mean, I don't think so,
Okay. All right.
but
I just had to check.
I mean, I don't think anyone's a better pilot than me because I'm still learning. So
That's a
that's
ridiculous
a very
way to look at
prideful
that.
statement.
I mean, everyone's still learning. Like,
You're saying everyone that you work with.
I have more experience.
You're
but
not
that does-
saying there's not a better pilot in the world. That wasn't what you were saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Because sorry, I just got giggles.
You're just saying you don't look at it like that yet.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like
Yeah.
When can you look at it like that? Like, do you have to be like master pilot
when I
level
stop
7?
learning from people, then I'm golden. But I don't think I'll ever get to that point
He won't.
until I'm like 60.
He won't ever
Hey,
get to
wow.
that point.
Yeah, wow.
It
But
seems like one of those things because weather's weather. It
Yeah.
can be like a whole new set of rules depending on the weather.
Weather outside
Well,
is
like
weather.
there's just so many different experiences that you can have in flying. So forgetting that,
yeah,
Amy.
sounds like it.
All right, we got the marker from Amy. All right, we got to move on. Let's talk about Ting Ting.
Ting Ting. So Ting Ting was just on a face. I got Facebook because
And that's her actual name. You said.
she goes by Ting. She is from Taiwan, and she's been all over the world basically.
That's
so,
you know what's funny is Zach's name is Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we call him Zach.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
That's. Did you guys know that?
No, I
It's
didn't.
pretty. Yeah. It's.
It's
Yeah.
actually
It
Zachary.
makes-
Zachary.
So wait, do you know anything about her? Did you like break down her name? Does the second Ting mean something else?
No, I think that's just Facebook requires you to put two names on there. So I think she just put first name Ting, last name Ting,
Oh, okay.
because she has some other name.
Okay.
But
Makes sense.
yeah, so she's from Taiwan, and I found her because Amy wanted me to find other people to fly with. So I downloaded Facebook because there was a Reddit forum that said to go to this one Facebook group to find people to fly with. So
Cool.
she had posted on there like, "Hey, I'm actually in St. Louis and I'm looking for people to fly with." So I was like, "I'll do it." So, fast forward, and I drive to St. Louis yesterday, and we get in this little Cessna that's like falling apart. It's not anything that I appreciate the planes that we have here a lot more now because I flew with something that like was probably in the 60s and hasn't been updated since then.
Wow.
So
Does the interior look 60s too?
yeah, like
Oh, wow.
like the so imagine
There's shag carpet.
So imagine like a brown carpet that the carpet glue is like coming up now. So anytime you try and adjust your seat, everything is just getting all messed up.
The other thing that you guys should know is that like a week ago, Jimmy was trying to plan to fly with her, and they're messaging back and forth, and I instantly get irritated because I'm like, why don't you guys just call each other so like you're not texting back and forth as much. But anyways, she's like asking him about how much he weighs because there's like this plane is so much smaller that like he has to weigh under 200 pounds, and I'm like, whoa, we're like playing with too much now. Like the
Right.
fact that like we're worried about like exactly weight ratios between the two of them.
You
So
should have
imagine
had me
like
go with you, and then I get out of the car and say I'm Jimmy, and she's like, "Okay."
You would not have been able to fit in that plane.
Wow. What are we talking? Like, what are we?
We're
is it
talking like-
if we were getting into a vehicle, what would you equate it to?
So imagine that table right there. That's it.
A 2-foot wide
Have
table.
you
Like-
seen a car seat?
Yeah. Yeah. It was so like I felt like a tall man in there. So the top wing, I'm hitting my head on getting out of the door. So it is
Wow.
like getting into the Ford. Back in like 2010 when they had those smart cars, it felt like that. Like you were just getting into something that
So
was
this is like
way
the
too
original.
small.
This is like the same plane that Orville and what was the other guy?
Winchester.
No, that's not right. It's like the original.
Wilbur.
that plane was
Wilbur.
still bigger than this plane.
Sounds like you flew a hang glider.
I mean, it was a little dicey. Talking about
You're
weight,
here, though. I mean,
Yeah,
it seems
yeah.
like you survived.
And
We,
he's
uh,
already scheduling more time with her.
we had a mishap
With
in
which one?
Why doesn't
Which
she
one?
drive here?
Bree or Ting Ting?
Well, I told her that I could fly with her this week if she wanted to fly in the afternoon, pick me up, and then we'd go cross country somewhere or something like that.
Sick.
Cross country?
That's
Cross-country
13
again.
miles from the airport.
50 nautical miles from the airport.
So you should listen. Because
Sorry.
Come on,
I asked
Nate.
that question.
Sorry.
A nautical mile is further than
Keep track so that way our
Okay,
listeners
I'm
have
sorry.
continuity.
I'm sorry. You just said cross country, and I immediately got like,
Weirded out.
yeah.
I did
Amy
too.
and I both had like there was like a red flag came up. I
No,
was like,
Amy's,
you're not going.
Amy's all for it. She
No,
wants me
crazy
to.
that
no,
you
both of
didn't
us.
catch on to that
But Amy
when-
and I both looked over at each other, and we were like cross country with another woman.
It's crazy you didn't catch on to that when he told us that when he was flying with the 17-year-old.
That's okay. I was messing with something over here that when you said that, I think I
Yeah,
missed it.
Jimmy's messing with something over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
He's messing with the law.
So anyway, we had a mishap in Rolla where,
really?
yeah,
You spilled something on your shirt and had to take it off?
gasoline.
Oh, no way. And you had to
So-
go shirtless?
We
You're
we
like,
pull
gosh,
up.
Did you have a pump at least?
you're like the only thing that takes out these is baby oil.
Yeah. I got to really.
The only thing that takes up these
Let's
Get
stains is
lathered
baby.
up. No,
Tink,
so
Tink, can you get my back?
we pull up to Rolla because we were already like kind of we had a plane change at the last minute, so we got the worst of the 17 or the 150s
You
or
guys are pretty
152s.
tired.
Is this the Cessna?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
You had to get a room for the night?
no. But by the way, more on that here in a minute.
Oh, okay.
So the line guy, the guy who's like refueling the plane, we told him like we want 8 gallons, 4 gallons in each side to get us our fuel back up so we can get back to Branson. And he ends up going over, like he overfills it. So like there's just gasoline pouring down the side of the wing.
Oh,
And it's like, how did you not know that was a thing? Like this is your one job for you to refill planes.
right.
And he's just like spilling over and he's like, oh, sorry about that. Oh, shit.
Wow.
And it's like, all right, well, I guess we're
sorry
going to be
about
here
that.
for a while.
It's like sorry about that. Neither you smoke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, because of that, though, we were too heavy on our takeoff there in Rolla. So it was had a little trouble getting off the runway there. But we
Oh,
made
just
it.
because the extra fuel.
Yeah. That's how close we were to like being at our max takeoff weight.
How much does Ting Ting weigh?
I didn't ask. She's
Okay.
small.
Well, it feels
small
like
lady.
that should.
Is she smaller than me?
Careful.
I would say
Careful. Answer that.
Careful.
she's shorter than you, but she's not smaller than
Does
you.
Does she lift?
She said she did 5 times a week, but
Oh wow.
I don't think
much.
so.
Okay. Well,
I don't think so.
yeah, she overtrains. Don't worry about it.
Well, she works as a flight attendant for United, so I don't know how much like
oh,
consistency.
she's a flight attendant.
Mhm. Yeah, she's a flight attendant for United, so I don't know how like consistent she is with working out. Yeah. So anyway, talking a little bit about beds and stuff. When we flew down to Branson, while we were waiting for our next bout of fuel, is they have a room in there that you can like if you fly in there, they'll put you up in that room if you buy fuel from them for the night. So like if you get stuck down there, you can just stay there.
How long would you say that you stayed in Branson?
20 minutes
That's all it took?
to get fuel. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I meant. That's
Yeah.
all it took to get fueled up. That's cool, man. That's cool.
Hold on, I got this, Amy. 20 minutes is quite a while. Okay, what do you need to do there for 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Poop.
Okay, that's
All
fair.
right.
That's fair.
Fair point.
That's fair. That's
That-
fair.
I
Good
mean,
cover.
And that's good for the flight because you don't want to be
Shit,
too
you're
heavy.
dumping weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you also
literally.
don't want to be having those toots.
No,
on
up
the
there,
plane?
at that altitude.
Has that ever happened?
What do you mean?
Have you farted in the plane and been like, "Oh, I can smell that," and then you know that they can smell it?
Well, I don't do that around people.
Isn't it that when you fly, like I feel like I've read this that like because of cabin pressure changes, and I don't know about small planes, but in big planes, if you've ever flown a lot, you notice that you instantly start having like bubble gut as soon as you get up in the air. And like they talk about that, like because it has to do with like cabin pressure changes and how that affects your body. And instantly everyone in the plane like is more likely to feel gassy. Is that a real thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's a real thing, but the planes I fly right now are not pressurized. So you're just in the ambient altitude or pressure, I guess.
And it's pretty loud.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have like headsets like
Yeah,
these
so
on,
you
so
could
like you can't
crack
really
them
hear.
off all the time and nobody could hear it.
But
Yeah.
you smell it.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a concern.
Time.
Well, I've got to
Trivia
get under the
time.
influence of.
Amy's got the game.
Everybody guess a number. 1 to 100.
Amy makes trivia 73.
Okay. Zach? Jimmy?
No.
Jimmy, give me a number.
50.
49.
It's 81.
Gosh, dog.
Yes.
So it goes Nate, Jimmy, Zach?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go 66.
Yeah. I switched it up.
I thought it was 63. Was it
66.
66? Okay. The theme of this one is slogans again.
Okay, sweet.
And so I kind of got lazy. I don't think I reused any of the same slogans,
Did
but
you
I
say
also
again? Have we done this before?
we've done slogans once before.
Was it for
Really?
snacks or was it?
Oh,
No, we
I
did.
remember this.
We did
This is
slogans
one of our
because
first ones,
there
I
was
think.
like the Harley Davidson one was hard for you guys.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm thinking I don't have any repeats, but just in case I do, I apologize ahead of time.
We still might miss them, even if they're repeats, or at least I might.
Okay, Nate.
Okay, I'm ready.
Breakfast of Champions.
Wheaties.
Yes.
Nice, dude.
Yes.
Jimmy.
Jambo.
Good to the last drop.
Ah. Dang it. I don't know. I'm gonna pass.
Good to the last drop.
I'm down to 2. I don't know which one it is. It's either Folgers or Maxwell House.
Which one?
Folgers. Nate's turn.
I think it's Maxwell.
It is Maxwell
Yeah.
House.
Nice.
I thought it was either, for some reason I had down Maxwell and Sunny D. And I was like, I don't think it's Sunny. I think they both have, Folgers and Sunny D have something catchier. Like they.
Dangerously cheesy.
Cheetos.
Nice. Is that really?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Your turn.
Okay.
The friendliest stores in town.
The friendliest stores in town?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Pass.
Hy-Vee.
No.
Okay. Hobby Lobby.
Schnucks.
Oh, wow.
Jimmy's turn.
I would have never got that.
Save
there.
money, live better.
Walmart.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Expect,
I think did they change? I feel like that changed.
there's some of these where I have more than one.
Okay.
Expect more, pay less.
Is it Payless?
No.
Okay. I don't know.
J.C. Penney?
No.
Dang it.
Ross.
What?
Ross.
It's
Target?
Target.
Yeah.
Oh. I feel like Target is more expensive.
Like, there's a lot of our listeners right now that are probably like, "Are you kidding me?" I guarantee you, Sally.
I got it on the 4th try.
Okay. I think it's Nate's turn.
Yeah.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's
Yeah, you need to get this one.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You should.
Maybe she's born with it.
You know
Maybe
I think
it's.
so.
I have to hold it away because it's
To play on words.
I seriously don't know.
Jimmy.
Maybelline.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. So,
Okay. Strong enough for a man, but made for a woman.
I don't know. Duct tape.
Did Ting Ting teach you that? It's the deodorant. Is it Dove? I don't know. No, that wasn't my guess. It's, man, I think it's deodorant. And I'm going to say degree. I don't know. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
It is a deodorant. It's Secret.
Secret.
Oh, that's what my
Oh,
wife
God.
uses too. I should have known
I
that.
used it in college. No big
Really?
deal.
Really?
Okay, whose turn is it?
Mine.
Enjoy the go.
Enjoy the go.
Yeah.
Enjoy the go?
I feel like we went from level 1 slogans to level 10.
I
No.
like it. I like it.
X-Lax.
No.
Enjoy the go. I need to get one here.
You're winning.
You're tied right now.
Enjoy the go.
Enjoy the go.
I don't know, dang it.
Quick Trip?
No, guys.
Joker.
Charmin.
Oh, you were on the right path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nate's
who's
turn.
okay. The best a man can get.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is on par with Maybelline.
Is it Gillette?
It is.
Yes.
Okay, Jimmy. Blank gives you wings.
Red Bull.
Come on.
At the end, I'm gonna tell you how I did this. by the
Okay.
way. The quicker picker upper.
Bounty.
Nice.
Good. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's
Oh, dude, I know.
And I know a little bank teller over here is going to get it before I get it.
Okay, say it one more time. Say it one more time, Amy. Let me just bask
there
in
are
it.
some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's blank.
Oh my gosh, I can't think of it. Pass.
Discover.
No.
MasterCard.
Yes.
Nice. Nice.
I was between Discover and MasterCard,
I did.
though.
Okay. So easy a caveman can do it.
Geico.
Yes.
Nice,
Nice,
dude. I
nice,
was
dude.
bummed. I knew you wouldn't get that.
When you care enough to send the very best.
Glad I didn't get that one.
Are you? Say again.
When you care enough to send the very best.
So send to the very best. Something name brand that I can send. Freaking 1-800-Flowers. I don't know.
No. I don't think anybody's going to get this.
I feel like I've heard it, though.
I don't know.
Okay. Jim?
UPS.
No. Hallmark.
Oh my gosh, I was gonna say that.
Well,
oh
you didn't.
My gosh, I should have just said it.
It's your turn. Nate Diesel.
Quality never goes out of style.
I'm so mad about that last one. I can't even
Hey, get you out
focus.
of the game. Good shooters keep shooting.
Okay, say it again, Amy.
Quality never goes out of style.
This room could really use a fan. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Gillette.
I don't know.
Jimmy?
Amish.
No.
The entire Amish community
Yeah.
has that slogan. I love that.
Zales.
If it was the Amish, he would have known it. It's not Zales. Levi's.
Jimmy's turn.
Okay. Don't leave home without it.
Poopery.
No. Sack.
I
Don't leave home without it.
see. I'm gonna be wrong. It's another credit card. It's but you said repeats, so I'm gonna go. I'll go MasterCard again.
I'm going to let you
Okay.
guess again because I didn't pick the same store or like anything. So it's not MasterCard.
American Express.
Yes.
Nice. I can't believe you. I thought you were gonna go with Discover, and then if you didn't, then I was gonna pick the.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, whose turn is it?
It's my turn.
wait.
Yeah. No, it's.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. At the corner of happy and healthy. But this one also
Wait, no. He said poopery.
Yeah. It's
my
Zach.
turn.
It's Zach.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the corner of happy and healthy, And this was also changed to trusted since 1901.
Walgreens.
Correct.
Nice.
Now, did you know the trusted since 1901?
No.
I didn't either. And that's the newer, that's their newest.
That's a newer one?
Mm-hmm.
That's not as good.
No, it's not.
Okay. When you're here, your family.
The bathroom.
Hold on.
By the way, we only have 3 left, counting this one.
Is it Olive Garden?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I
All
say
Why
that?
did you say it that way? Is it Olive Garden?
Is
I-
that their new slogan,
Well,
or
'cause
is that the
I
one
was-
that Jimmy Fallon bought?
Hey, we're doing the slogan that I chose.
Hey,
Okay,
it's
okay,
not- this isn't trivia for Amy.
okay.
I love how she gets like, she just like looks over at you and she's like, shut up, Jimmy.
What happens here stays here.
For
Vegas.
It's actually Las Vegas. But
Yeah, well, we'll give it to him.
No.
But
Okay, final one. It's finger licking good.
KFC, get off of my freaking pitching in my kitchen, dude.
Okay, so Zach got 6, Jimmy got 5, and Nate got 4.
dang it.
Yeah.
Dang, that's close.
So I literally went through and I tried to group like 3 in a row that were like like the Maybelline Secret, things like that. Then I tried to do like ones that are similar that were like a credit card, but they were going to hit on each person. So yeah,
I'm
I
still
had
mad
strategy.
about the freaking Hallmark. I should have said Hallmark.
Yeah, that one's pretty obvious. That in hindsight.
Yeah, I was like, that's what popped in my head, and I should have just said it, and it's infuriating.
Yeah, it's always better to
Just
try.
throw out a guess.
To
you know?
try.
Yeah, it's always better to just take the shot.
Nothing
Yeah.
like a good
No.
Hallmark movie.
Hallmark movies.
How about a new segment? Let's create a Hallmark movie right now. Needs to be like typewriter salesman and like big internet conglomerate. You know what I mean? Like one's killing the other one, and they can even be in the same industry. Like what's that movie? Tom Hanks?
Librarian.
You Got Mail, where it's like
one
big
could be a
bookstore.
librarian and
Yeah, so we need to come up with 2 jobs like that, real quick, off the
Okay.
cuff. Nate, come up with one, and we'll come up with the opposition. Off the cuff, like weird job too. The weirder the better.
Antique store.
Antique stores. So
Yeah.
then
do you
the op-
own an antique store?
Garbage man.
so the
No,
opposite-
I want to say that
The
it's an
opposite.
antique store, but it's a family business. Like I don't really
the
I don't really
opposite.
want it, but I'm running it from my
right. So the opposite's going to be like a higher up IKEA in IKEA.
Okay.
They're coming to town.
Okay.
Okay, so the man owns the antique store,
Okay.
200-year-old store,
Okay.
and IKEA's coming to town. This is our Hallmark movie. I don't
Okay.
know if you guys knew what I was doing.
What's
here.
the town?
What's the town? Doofenburg, West Virginia.
Okay.
Or
All right.
no, it needs to be cuter than that. Probably like
North Carolina.
Supple,
Supple.
It
North,
should probably be in Kentucky.
Supple, Kentucky. Little town of Supple, and it's just nestled right in the hill country,
Okay.
Kentucky.
Okay.
And he's owned this. It's been in his family for 150 years. They've made it through the Great Depression. They've helped out the community.
I
They're
wrote
a
down
staple.
200 years. You told me to write all this
200.
down.
Okay, 200 years. They've been there for 200 years. They've helped out the community when people are in tough times. They're real just, they're salt of the earth people. She comes to town because she's scouting new locations for an IKEA.
Okay.
Car breaks down.
Oh wow.
Guess who comes to fix the flat?
Oh wow.
Mr. What's his name? Come on, Jim. This is you. What's his last name?
Theodore.
Mr. Theodore. It's his last name, I guess. I don't mind that. They call him Theo. I like that.
Yeah.
He's known by Theo by
Okay.
his
Yeah.
people.
All right. I'm in.
So he fixes the flat. She's on her cell phone the whole time, just not giving the time of day.
Right.
She's talking smack about where even am I? I can't even get cell service here. She's just a real pill.
What's she wearing?
Oh, she's definitely like pencil skirt, heels,
That's exactly what I was imagining.
Definitely.
That's exactly what I was imagining.
hair's up, big
What color hair?
glasses. I think she's blonde.
Blonde.
What are
I
we
think she's
talking?
blonde.
Is she like a? So she's like a Kentucky 10.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
She's
all
like
right.
an LA 9. You
Okay, oh, wow, okay.
She's
Right.
she's in the hill country. By the way, he's in LA 8.5.
Oh
But
wow!
he's just in Kentucky, but nobody notices
Just
it,
right
right?
because it's like
Because it's
right.
Hallmark.
Right.
Just a little dust on him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a
Dust on
little
his
dust.
clothes.
Yeah.
He like struggles to make ends meet. He's in like a 60s modeled Ford truck.
Right.
Model Ford truck.
But pristine for some reason.
well, or like maybe a little
Okay,
dirty. You know what
okay.
I mean? Because he's a worker.
Okay.
They mince words, but it's a little bit of a meet cute. And he's like, yeah, this spare, it doesn't. He's like, or no, he gets a spare on. He's like, follow me to TJ's. She's like, what's TJ? He's the tire shop
What's
guy.
her name?
Oh, what's her name? That's a good.
Yeah, it's a great question.
Sabrina.
Sabrina is
I
good.
like it. Theo and Sabrina.
Sabrina's good. I like that.
Zach pauses.
Is
He's
this
like,
going to be one of those things where he has a dog and she's like, ew, get that away from me?
oh, it could be.
Could be. But,
And then maybe later on in the movie, she like falls in love with the dog.
or she sees the dog. It reminds her of her grandparents' dog who lived they lived out in the country. So there's like a little spark there. It's like this
A
reminds
little
me of
something. There's a little rapport.
So they get
Yeah.
to TJ's tire shop,
Okay.
and TJ's like, "This is a Mercedes. Like this is gonna take me 3 weeks to get this tire in here,
Oh, right.
and you can't drive."
And she's like, that's impossible. I have to be back in LA.
right. She's like, "I'll just get a ride to the airport. I'll come back for the car."
Right.
And he's like, "You can't drive through these mountains."
Right.
And
Then she's like, is there anywhere to stay?
Right.
And he's like, there's one hotel in
but
town.
Theo's like, I tell you what, let's go across the
She
street
could
to
stay at the bed and breakfast.
Let's go across the street to Marge's cafe.
Yeah.
I'll buy you lunch.
Right.
They've got chicken fried steak.
Right.
She wants the salad.
Yeah.
Or
the
the
other
vegan
cool
option.
The other cool thing is that like throughout the movie, Marge like kind of helped raise Theo.
Yeah.
Because like his mom died young.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then like she can kind of like,
But she stays in Marge's home
right.
because there are no hotels.
Right.
know what I
Marge
mean?
has a bed and breakfast, kind of like it's like you can have a room.
And they sit down, and then the townspeople do that thing where they're like, "Yeah, this town, it's losing its character with all these big box stores moving in."
Right.
And she's like, "What's so wrong about big box? I mean, we had jobs and da da da."
Should there be an upcoming festival?
Oh, absolutely.
That's
Alright.
great, Jimmy.
So this is a good.
That's
good ad-lib.
great.
What's their thing? Do they have like an apple festival?
Oh,
They
yeah,
have-
it's
well, if
little-
there were psych, it'd be a cinnamon festival.
exactly.
It's the
Exactly
Kentucky
what I'm thinking.
Cinnamon Festival.
The Kentucky.
The Supple Cinnamon Festival.
Oh,
I
I like this.
wow, there's cinnamon, all kinds of cinnamon stuff, cinnamon rolls, cinnamon.
We're in the fall here, right? Like we're all seeing a fall
has to
setting
be
here.
fall time. Yeah,
Leaves are falling.
yeah.
This is good.
yeah.
Theo has a 15-year-old tomboy daughter
Oh wow.
who just has never had a mother figure,
Okay.
and she needs help to get ready for the cinnamon festival dance.
Right.
They do kind of a and she doesn't know how to doll herself up.
Are we thinking?
Right.
Are we thinking more dance? Or are we thinking pageant?
Oh, it's not a pageant.
What's
That's
her
okay.
name?
What's her name?
Delilah.
Delilah's good.
But
Right there,
that's-
Jim.
Jimmy's on fire right now. The Cinnamon Festival and Delilah.
Man.
I
Well, I
came
think
up
she
with the
was Cinnamon
cinnamon
Festival.
festival.
Oh, you did. Great job. Well, the festival. He came up with the idea of a festival. I'm sorry. Okay.
Man, this is good. Can we sell this to Hallmark?
I think we definitely could.
This is already
I've
there.
got it all on the plate.
Well, she's been taking great notes, dude.
Amy, can you start from the top and just try to give us
Fill us in like from the beginning. Let us get an overview.
So, in the town of Supple, Kentucky, a man, Theodore, meets a woman, Sabrina. Theodore is an antique stone owner of a 200-year-old family store, while Sabrina works as corporate for IKEA. She's a scout to find new buildings. She comes into town. Her car breaks down. We didn't talk about what kind of car she has, but she's got to have some
It's a Mercedes.
Yeah, we think we said Mercedes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Mercedes. Her car breaks down. He comes to help her because he's a real salt of the earth type person. He's an LA 8.5, and she is a Kentucky 10, but an LA 9. While
Information. Yeah.
while he's helping her, she's on her cell phone the whole time. She's a real pill, quote unquote, wearing a pencil skirt, and she's a blonde. I wrote Dog Spark, but I don't know that we actually need
That's
that.
great.
He invites her over to
Dog Spark is the name of our rock
Marge's
band.
Cafe.
Love
Because
it.
she just wants to ditch her car and she wants the salad, but he's like, no, you need to eat chicken fried steak.
It's the special.
Marge is his mother, and she's raised him because he was orphaned as a young boy. There's the upcoming festival, the Kentucky Supple Cinnamon Festival, which is in the fall, and his daughter Delilah, who's 15 years old, is a tomboy and needs help putting her makeup on.
Oh wow,
I
this
think-
is.
I think we end it there because we can't
Yeah.
make it any better. But guys, as a team exercise, I think we really
that was
turned a corner
yeah.
there.
Well, you guys were on fire.
I
That was great.
think we.
I'll say this. I can already see like Lacey putting that on
Absolutely.
on Netflix, and I'm like, do we have to watch?
But what's
the name of the movie?
Oh man,
Because I want to imagine like Lacey putting it on, and then I'm like, not.
Smoky Mountain Magic.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I like it. But they always do something like like it's like Handcuffed for the Holidays is one of them, and it's like
Kentucky Cinnamon and Sugar.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I'm looking at the furniture angle. I need something like, man, big box in a small town type thing.
Right.
I don't know. I do like the cinnamon thing. Supple needs to be in the name. Supple Love. That could be a porno. Man, we'll have to workshop that next time, I think.
Yeah, and then if you call it something like if you do like something like that too geographical, it's like if you call it like Kentucky Love, it's like they're
right.
cousins,
Right.
you know.
How about Love on Aisle 7?
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, that's terrible. Anyway, I mean, we could make that movie.
Yeah, we could. I think Hallmark would pick it up.
Amy could play Sabrina,
No, no desire.
and we'd have to find a real good Theodore.
Yeah,
I
we'd
think
have to find
that's
somebody like more like
real winning smile.
Yeah.
Oh,
like clean
I got
cut.
one for you. We can get Eric Winters to play Theodore.
I don't know who that is.
I'm sold. That's my crush.
Who's Eric Winters, Jimmy?
He's married to what's her name?
Oh gosh.
Miss Winters.
No,
He's-
really attractive
Oh,
Latino lady.
Selma Hayek.
No,
No.
close though.
J Lo.
No,
Rosalind.
Rosalind Sanchez.
Rosalind Sanchez. That's what I was going to
Do you
say.
know who that is?
I don't know who
Yeah.
that is.
You'll know here in 2 seconds.
I don't know.
You definitely have seen her.
Really?
Yeah, you both
Yeah.
have.
You guys need to talk about something.
Rosalind-
I'm Googling this.
What were the? what
So
were they
she
in?
was in, Rush Hour. Have you guys seen that with Chris Tucker and Jack?
I already know who
Jack
she
Chan?
is.
Okay.
Yeah, I already know who she is.
She's kind of like loud and yeah. So
Yeah, I know exactly who she is.
I told you you would.
yeah, I know exactly who she is. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll just use both of them.
why did
And-
I get kicked out?
You said no.
Yeah,
I
you
know,
said
but
no
then-
interest.
But then I got to pick.
No,
the-
you
I
said
got
you were
to-
out. No, you said you were out. Eric
You'll
Winters
still
said he
get-
would do it.
You'll still get to meet him.
Yeah, you'll
Okay.
still get to meet him on set.
It's not like we're going to shun you from the set.
That's
You're probably going to need
hilarious.
to finance the shoot, if I'm being honest with you. You're the only one with the real job. You're probably going to need to put it on a credit card.
We'll just put the gym up for collateral.
Yeah, and after that,
There
50
was.
bucks
I
is
was
spent.
listening the other day. There was this. They were talking about this guy, and I can't remember the name of the movie. It's an indie movie of some kind, but he went to some big company, and he asked for like $10,000 or $12,000 to make a movie, and then the movie made like $3 million.
That's wild.
Yeah, so he got the money. They were like, "Yeah, we'll do it. I guess like we'll give you $10K," and then like he makes a movie. The total budget $10,000.
Oh, wow.
He makes the movie, and then it grosses like $3 million or something.
That's
and then
wild.
like, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's wild.
Because like, how can you can't even rent a camera for $10,000 for like, I don't know how they did all that, but that's pretty wild.
Probably on
Well,
the
so
iPhone.
I've seen like high end like music videos being filmed on just like the iPhone because like,
Wow.
and I imagine like with the Samsung you can probably do something like
I wonder if
pretty
they-
good.
I wonder if they'll do something where you can say like, I want to use all the equipment, and then you're just rolling the dice. You're like, I'll pay for it after. Like, you know what I mean? It's like if a lawyer only gets paid if he wins the case.
I'm pretty
Like-
sure a lawyer gets paid hourly.
No, they like personal injury attorneys. A lot of times they won't take anything up front. They'll just take like a percentage of whatever they win in the case.
Yeah, so they have to like. So maybe it's that kind of thing where he can be like freaking out every
But
night.
all other lawyers get paid hourly, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they got him on.
It's just like that specific.
So there's been 2 things in the news lately. I want to bring both of them up and then talk about them each really quickly separately because I think they're both kind of cool, crazy things. And I know you guys have at least seen one of them. So the one is the state trooper that
Yeah.
moved the hay bale.
Hay bale.
And the second one is the wreck that happened in Kentucky yesterday with the semi that went over the side of the bridge and the rescue.
Whoa.
Did you guys see that?
Was it in Supple?
No,
Kentucky?
it wasn't in
On the
Supple.
outskirts.
Okay.
But so there was an accident that happened, and I think 3 or 4 cars were involved in this, and a semi. And Jimmy, pull up the picture or the video. But anyways, this semi literally, when the wreck happened, it's, I guess, tried to like veer out of the way. It is like hanging over the bridge. It is like
That's so
like,
scary.
and the person
Yeah.
is stuck in the front of the cab.
Water underneath or no?
Yeah, it's very high. It's like over the Ohio River. And like the fire department is lowering a person down to rescue it was a female truck driver to rescue
Checks
her
out.
That's
out
why.
of it. I don't know. I just think that's really cool.
Yeah,
That's-
that's really cool.
So what?
But they were doing like live footage yesterday. I don't know
Wow.
how I'm the only one who saw this.
I didn't
No.
see that at all.
That's
I
the story
didn't-
we should have been writing, by the way. I don't
Yeah.
know what we were doing with this IKEA
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Semi goes off the highway and they find true love.
Yeah.
But
So what,
if
so
you-
what ended
if-
up happening?
They rescued her out, and the bridge is still obviously out because if you can see, I don't know where Jimmy had that pulled up, but like if you zoom, you can like see that truck is just it's being held up, like it's like literally just kind of wedged a little bit.
If she wouldn't
In-
have hit that thing
Yeah,
right there,
she'd be
yeah, it like
hundreds-
wedged on the side.
A gunner.
Wow,
hundreds of feet. Yeah, she'd be dead. So
Wow, will you
That-
send that to me? Because I can probably put it up on the
Yeah.
on the thing so people can see it.
Make
Too.
that the thumbnail.
If that happens to you, are you driving anymore?
I think I'm out. I
Think
think
you're
I'm
out the
done.
game?
Yeah, because there's probably other things going on. It's like I'm driving. You know, I'm doing like cross country in
CrossFit.
regular land terms. I'm doing cross country, like semi driving. It's like I want to be home more. I'm already thinking about getting out, and then that happens. It's like, all right,
It's time to hang my
it's
hat
time
up.
to hang up the old CDL. You know,
and then the other thing I wanted to talk about was like the hay bale, the
Yeah.
state trooper.
I saw like a brief clip of this, but honestly, I just like kept going, and I should have watched the whole thing, but I didn't see.
The hay bales, like,
It's 1,000 to 1,200
it's
pounds.
covering like probably a third or a half of the shoulder in this. State trooper gets out, and when I watched the video, you could hear the radio, and it said something about a Boone County transfer or something. So I don't know if they get all the calls for all the state, but
Oh, this is here.
Yeah, this is
Missouri.
Missouri.
But
Oh,
it's
wow.
like made it all like it is like gone
Everywhere.
all over social media. Squat University put it on his thing about like functional lifting.
yeah, this is why we train. It's like
Yeah.
for stuff like
I'll-
this.
I'll
But
find it
he
while
like
you're-
gets his hands under the bale and like does not look like he's gonna get it. He's like inching it up his body, like you'd see somebody do on like
Super heavy tire.
yeah, a lot like a tire. I was gonna say
Yeah.
a deadlift, but it's way more like a tire. It does not look and then eventually gets it on his knee, and then I think the weight kind of starts to counterbalance at that point. He pushes it off the.
Is
off
he a
the
pretty
rope.
small guy?
He's not huge, but I wouldn't say he's small either.
So I like did some because I found an article with his actual name in it. It's his name is
Interesting name.
like Isaiah Lee Masters or something like that. I have a feeling he probably did military before, but like that's just kudos. Like that's
cool.
That's a really cool.
Hey, none of you guys ever tried to do this?
No,
Yeah.
Do I look like I've tried to push a hay
Oh,
bale?
I don't-
I've got
I
them
don't-
on my
I don't-
land actually. We could try sometime.
Oh, I've done it.
So it's hard, easy. Like
Well,
you're stronger and bigger.
It was
Zach
in-
would be able
It was
to.
in Callaway County, so like that's over in Fulton.
That's dope. That's dope.
But I mean, he's also dress pants.
Yeah, that
those
would-
are not the
yeah.
best shoes.
Yeah.
he didn't like warm up for it.
That's
you
dope.
know what I mean.
That's cool.
And like he was just physically able to do it. That's awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah,
Good for
because there's a
him.
lot
You know
of
what's
cops
wild?
out there that.
Exactly. You know
Yeah.
what's wild is like that profession isn't known for being like I'm not saying they're unfit, but I'm like those people should be the fittest people walking.
Yeah, and there's a
the
lot that
planet.
they would be like leaving that for.
Call a wrecker in here that moved.
Be like, I'm gonna back.
What's funny is the first part of it. I don't know if you saw it. He like goes to push it and does not budge it. Like
Yeah.
he's just like you know how you test it out.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You go to push a truck and you're like, oh, that's heavy.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. You're like,
of
well,
course, of course it is.
I'd have to warm up.
Also, can I just say, having like, how many lifts do we see people fail in competition or in the gym because they're just not patient enough?
Right.
They go to pick it up and it's heavy and it's like, I'll put that down.
Right.
But it barely breaks the ground.
Yeah.
And he continues to push. I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, he's got a lift or something.
Yeah. Or he's
You
done
think
it
so?
before.
Or he's like a yeah.
because it's like
He could just
for,
be a
for someone who doesn't
country boy
know
that grew up doing it.
right?
Yeah.
For someone who doesn't know, when you go to push on a hay bale, it's like, well, that's a
Yeah, they're
That's
massive.
impossible.
They look huge. Yeah, yeah.
well, they are huge. I'll bet that's pretty close. Like, I wonder what it would be in tire. Like, it wouldn't be the same as flipping a tire because as soon as you start getting it up, it starts to help you a little bit. It's counterbalanced,
Right.
But I'll bet getting that off the ground is like a
It's-
700-pound tire.
Yeah.
It said it
Yeah.
that average hay bales weigh between 1,000 to 1,200 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So breaking it off the ground would be tough.
And then he like
Better
the
place to
reason I
grab,
think
though.
he's lifted before though is like because he like watching him get it to
Yeah.
his knee is like he's done tires before.
Yeah, that's dope.
And also, if you didn't know that, that would be the last place you'd want to put it. I want to trap my body underneath this bale on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's dope.
awesome.
That's cool.
Shout out to you,
What's his
Sergeant.
name? What's his name? Do we know?
Isaiah Lee Masters.
Isaiah
Wow,
Lee
he's got a
Masters.
dope name too.
So,
Yeah, it
Isaiah
is.
Masters.
Lee, I think you got to
Lee
throw Lee
Masters.
in there.
Man.
Masters.
Isaiah Lee Masters. That could be like that could be that's a historical figure. Isaiah Lee Masters.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You could shoot the president. You could
Yeah.
could do whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Isaiah Lee Masters.
Yeah, you're right.
Man.
well, it's Lemasters.
Oh, the last
not,
name's Lee Masters.
Yeah,
Oh.
not like he has 3, like first, middle, and last.
Oh man, that's even cooler.
Le Masters.
Sorry, I probably am
Masters.
saying it wrong. It's Lemasters. I don't know.
I don't know. It's all
I-
cool.
I
Still
thought
a
it
good
was-
name.
I thought Lee was his middle name.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay.
Well, that's what I brought to the table. Anybody got
Fantastic.
anything else that
That's
they want to
awesome.
talk about?
Those were good. Those were great
Let's
stories.
think of something real quick.
Those were fantastic stories.
No, that was. I liked it. I liked the one about the lady driver who ran off
Lady
the.
driver.
She was. I was just quoting the story you
What
told
was the
me.
lady driver's name
They didn't.
Sabrina.
in Kentucky?
They didn't
Supple,
release any
Kentucky.
of the people's names because
But-
there's actually
fair.
a few that were in cars that are in like serious condition.
What was she transporting? Does anybody know?
Lipstick.
It said what company was out on the outside of the
Oh.
semi, but I don't remember.
Antiques.
Bunch of IKEA stuff.
That's hilarious. If any of that was even, I would,
Oh, man.
I would freak out if any of it was paralleled at all.
I wonder what they do with that truck. I mean, because like you're not strapping something to pull it back on. I don't think because you're risking pulling the tow truck off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Do you just like let it go?
I think I would. I think I'd just push
Well,
it
you
off
and I
wherever
would,
it's
but
hooked
like,
on and
what's
let it go into the water.
What's the protocol there?
Well,
You
they might
open
get
up the
like
book.
cranes and stuff out there to try and like maneuver it a little bit.
Maybe
Yeah,
they
but if
get
it
the shit-
slips, you know, like I know a crane can carry a lot, right? Like I get that, but it's also a loaded down 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
I feel like you
and
gotta
it's
just,
also wedged. If you like, when you zoom in, it's like literally like a sliver of it is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
wedged
I
right
also
against
wonder
the.
too, like those bridges are like massively strong, obviously, but you get to moving it and it's wedged into the like. Is there any risk of that like
The
losing
structural
integrity-
stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
integrity of the. I want nothing to do with that. I'll watch from the bank about 2 miles away.
Can you also imagine though if you're driving along and
Oh,
you're
no.
behind that accident but you're stuck on the bridge because you
Good
know
grief.
that bridge it's still closed down.
Right.
So they had to work on like getting everybody out, but like
My
when I
favorite-
was a little kid I had a fear of going over bridges. I don't anymore,
Yeah.
but like I would be like
yeah.
My favorite is the business guy that's 2 miles back. He's like, "What is this nonsense? It's road work. Kentucky's trash."
Yeah.
And finally, they get him to go by, and he sees like a doomsday, like worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, "Oh, okay."
He's like, oh wow, yeah. I think probably what you got to do is just lose part of the bridge too. Just
Yeah.
go
Did
dynamite.
they say what
just put
caused
some
it?
dy- just
It-
toss a grenade, just
it-
blow the truck
I-
off, and then a corner.
there
of the
were
bridge.
other cars involved, so I don't know who was at fault, but like there was at least 3 vehicles involved.
How did it happen?
I don't know.
How would what would?
Well, in my experience, there's usually like some sort of like Russian boss who's like fleeing the police, and then in their like super souped up cars, they like go under the.
And Will Smith is also like
and Will
trying
Smith,
to
exactly.
Gotcha.
And what probably happened is a stray bullet caught the back tire of
Right.
the 18-wheeler. It starts to jackknife.
No, I think it's the front tire.
Yeah, and you hear like
The
No, I
front
think-
left tire is the one that went
Well,
out.
but in real life,
I'm just saying, if we're,
when
if we're
semis
talking
the-
about
the-
this,
the
They
sound
lose
for it to
control.
go that way.
when semis lose control, that sound is crazy.
I'm just saying if
Where
you
it's
lose
like
any
they
of
do
those
the
tires,
like
Yeah.
you hear them like all the tires skidding
Yeah.
across at once. That sounds crazy.
I mean, I think whatever happened, we can be sure it had something to do with trafficking a rich man's daughter.
Yeah,
And they were
we
trying
need
to
to
get her
find out
back.
who the lady is because there's other things going on. That just doesn't happen to a semi.
No, I think she was an innocent bystander. I think
Oh,
it
you don't
was-
think she was involved?
No, I think this was all
She didn't know what she was
off
smuggling.
the record.
Yeah.
No, I think they were going past her, and she was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh,
You know what
I
I'm
got
saying?
you. Got you.
I think they were just
Collateral
trying to get across.
damage.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
think they were trying to get across the bridge.
Yeah.
Too bad that name is already taken for another movie. You could have
Yeah,
made it
that's
for this
Collateral
one.
Arnold. Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm not really up on my
That's his movie,
Schwarzenegger
Collateral
stuff.
Damage.
I know that one.
Denzel Washington was in a movie named Collateral Damage.
No,
That's called
me-
Collateral.
Oh,
I
it is?
think. The plane
Okay.
one. Jimmy knows.
Okay.
That's one of Jimmy's
He-
favorite movies.
He takes coke and flies planes.
Never seen it.
Oh.
What do you, Jimmy?
Yeah, how do you not see every movie?
I
about
think I
flying?
feel like that
He
you would be
actually
like, oh, there's a
hasn't-
plane in it.
He hasn't seen a lot of movies. He hadn't seen Italian Job until like 3 weeks ago.
I don't
That's a
think
good
I've seen
one.
that.
You
I've
haven't
seen
seen Italian Job?
I watched it like 15 years ago, but I've seen it.
It's a good movie.
All
It's
I
worth
remember
watching.
is they had those little Mini Coopers. They wanted everyone to drive a Mini Cooper, so they drove those through the
Yep.
subway system. Or
We
whatever.
should all get Mini Coopers.
You know what I
No.
watched the other day?
I can't fit in one, Jimmy.
You can.
I don't want one.
Get
They're
the
ugly.
XLs.
It wouldn't be fun.
The Countryman.
Yeah, just get
The Countryman?
Just
Yeah.
get the tiny car that comes in a little bigger size. Anyway,
Exactly. See, this is why Zach makes the big bucks here.
Yeah.
Actually, I make the big bucks.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, it's,
I watched The Joker the other day, the Joaquin Phoenix one. You all seen that one?
I've seen it.
I heard
yeah.
it was good.
That
I've seen
movie
it.
is kind of nuts.
It's
Like, he
it's
was good in
intense.
it.
He's
really
intense
good
and
in
dark.
it.
Yeah,
It's
I think he won something
so
from it.
dark.
I think he won an Emmy or something.
Yeah, but it like weirdly was like one of my favorite like Batman universe. Like I
Yeah.
don't know if I'll watch it again. I'm not sure, but like that's the Joker I want. It's
I
like
liked it.
somebody who's like super troubled.
Yeah.
You know, that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a scene in it. I know this from one of the comedians me and Nate like. His name is Brian Callen. He had like a decent little role in it, and they pared it down, and like all his family was going to go see it, and he winds up, you can only see him in a mirror, and he has just like a small speaking part. But it's a scene where, and I'm not ruining anything, I hope, but it's very early in the movie. He like is leaving this room, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot to clock out." Joaquin Phoenix's Joker says that. I forgot to punch out, and he punches this time clock. It's a big, bulky time clock, as big as that file cabinet is. Punches it like 6 or 8 times and punches it off the wall. And Brian Callen was like, "Yeah, it was my first day on set, and that wasn't scripted. He just walked up to it and just punched it off the wall." Mm-hmm. It just like
So he took like what Heath
crazy.
Ledger did many years ago and probably did like it on steroids.
I mean, kinda.
Performance-wise.
Oh, performance-wise, it's in a league all of its own.
Yeah. It's
Heath Ledger,
insane.
it
Yeah.
wasn't better or worse than Heath Ledger's. It was just different.
Okay.
Like, but I think Joaquin Phoenix is that in every role that he's
Yeah.
in. You know what I mean? I think he's that dude that's
Yeah.
just like probably awful to talk to in real life because I don't know who he is, and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah. It was pretty nuts. It was pretty crazy.
Huh.
It's good. It's good. It's just
I'll
yeah.
have
It's
to see
just
it.
if you're getting ready to watch it, it's just dark. You may not watch it.
Yeah, watch it
Yeah.
on a bright sunny day, and then get you some sunshine afterwards because
Yeah.
it gets rough.
I went to sleep right after I watched it at night, but
And you had
Amy,
nightmares.
but you would need to watch it during the day.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
Yeah.
You don't want to like risk seeing the people in the vent and having that like
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to go. You don't want to watch it and then go to bed and then see
You
somebody
know-
coming out of your vent.
It's been like at least a week before I've seen like since I've seen people coming out of the vent. But anyways, last night I woke Jimmy up because there was like police sirens. Like I heard someone flying through the neighborhood and like tires squealing. And then
Sirens.
20 seconds after that you could hear police cars like flying around the same thing. And then it was like then you heard another car running around without like any sirens, but you could hear it like skidding. And then you heard police sirens, and I was like, okay, there had to have been like a police chase or something.
Was
We
it
were-
real? Would they were actually there?
yeah.
Okay.
We were at my buddy's house here in
Jimmy like
Columbia.
looked it up and found 2 different things that happened.
Yeah, 2 different like dispatch. Like one happened at like 1:45, and then the other one happened at like 2:20.
Okay.
One was an assist other agency.
Nice.
We were at my
I got
buddy's house
felons
here
in
in
my
Columbia,
neighborhood.
like probably like 15 years ago. It was like on the north side. We were just sitting there having a very chill evening, and it sounded like he had like I'm making this up, but like 4 or 5 rows of boxes in his upstairs just like fall over. It was this like crazy loud noise, and I was like, "Do you have an upstairs?" And he's like, because everybody heard it, and he was like, "That sounds like a car just flipped in my front yard." And we went outside, and a car had flipped in his front yard. This was like your neighborhood,
Yeah.
except like a little longer, like straight away, and then it curves. So they must have been humming, and they missed this like giant boulder that he had in his front yard by just inches. And 2 guys get out of it, and one of them must not have hit his head because he knew enough to just like run, and the other one's sitting there just bleeding. And we're just like watching all this happen, and the cops come in like seconds, you know, and they're like, "What happened?" And we're like, "We're just inside." And, we just described it to him. And it's like me and my friends, it's all white guys, and this black guy with dreads with blood coming out of his forehead.
Oh,
and he was like,
gosh.
yeah, they took off. They went that way.
Wow.
And they were like going to question us and just didn't question him first for some reason.
That's funny.
And he just left, and I don't think they ever got him. But it was just so random. And then this is at like 9 o'clock at night, and we're like, I guess we'll just go back inside.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to do now.
How long the car stay there?
Oh, I don't know. I never checked back in. But like the amount of times it must have flipped, dude, I can't imagine how fast they were going. Just, I haven't seen too many things happen in real life like that. I saw a car wreck one time when I was a kid, like that flipped and rolled and rolled and rolled, and the other driver drove off. It was like a hit and run. It was kind of nuts.
Years
Wow.
ago, when I was driving to St. Louis on Thanksgiving to be with my family with my ex, we watched a van roll multiple times on the highway.
Wow.
And it was like we pulled over, we helped.
Yeah.
And I was very thankful because like a semi driver pulled over and so did another person. And I remember like I was like holding stability because we weren't sure whether the person had any spinal fractures. And the lady was like, yeah, I'm a nurse practitioner, I can help, blah, blah, blah. I was like, perfect. I was like, I work as a trauma nurse. And she was like, oh, well, then you've got all this. And I was like, no, I think you've got all this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot. There was
my
people
dad's the
trapped in
worst
the
about
car.
that stuff.
Ugh.
We've stopped like 5 times in my life.
Really?
Oh yeah.
And your dad's just like
Yeah.
performing surgery on the side of the road.
No, he's just like
Nate,
he
get my
can't.
buck knife.
He always stops, and he has a bag with him at all times.
No
I have
way.
a seatbelt
That's
cutter
good for him,
in
though.
Yeah.
my car.
Well, he has to. I mean, that's like for Amy or him, like that's like a law, right? Like a first responder.
You're supposed to help.
Yeah.
I've helped on a plane too.
Now, that is interesting. Maybe you don't know this, but if a doctor and a nurse show up, I mean, the doctor's probably going to take over, is my guess. But is there any rule about that? Like, there's like a hierarchy?
I have no idea.
I don't know that there's necessarily a hierarchy, but like
Because, like, should that nurse practitioner have actually taken over? Because, like,
but like if she worked
Yeah.
with kids, like peds.
oh, right. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I probably knew more in the moment than she did.
Yeah.
I just was thankful that there was another healthcare professional
Right,
there.
yeah,
right.
And I was actually, the semi driver was probably the best because he had seen so many accidents.
Yeah.
Like he already had, like he just ran out of his truck with like a bag of stuff to
Wow.
it was pretty great considering.
That's crazy. Yeah, there's been a couple different ones, but one of the crazy ones was that we were all driving, I think, to Chicago, and so Jessica was there riding. I think I was riding with Jess, and then Lacey and the kids were like, everybody was in another car.
Oh, this is recent.
Yeah, I think Mari was little. But and so there was like a big wreck, and then it had just happened because like I had to like rip the door open and was like pulling people out. Because my dad and them can't do that, right?
Right.
And they all were like Nigerian, like nobody spoke any English. And so like he's like one person kind of did, and so they were trying to translate for everybody else. It was a mess. And so like Jessica and my dad are like trying to check on people, and they had like a couple of babies just like screaming, crying,
Wow.
and it was bananas. Yeah, I was like, it was so chaotic, like it was crazy. Everybody was pretty much fine. Some guy was like coughing up blood.
Yeah.
And so it was like there was like a couple of things like that, but their car was like flipped over.
I want to believe that they were new to the country.
What?
I want to believe that they were new to the country,
Yeah.
and they like wrote home to tell about it. And there's like, there's these giant white.
We were saved by giants.
they're giant white men. America's full
Yeah,
of
it's
giant
true.
white men
Yeah,
that'll just come rip metal off of metal
Yeah,
to
it was
save you
wild. Yeah, it was.
and ask nothing. in
They were all
return.
pretty tiny. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about it from that angle.
that's hilarious.
But it's
And they're
like,
trying to describe it, and it's like, no, like a donkey. Like big, like
that's so funny. They're like the size of a donkey.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
These donkey men,
That's hilarious.
man, that'd be good.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
was good, guys.
Yeah,
Glad
it was
we
a
did
good one.
this.
It was a good
Glad we touched base. Anything new happening before we roll out? Anything cool happening in life?
No.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, everybody.
Let's just let's try and not get an issue with this upload this time. No more cease and desist.
I don't know what that could have been for.
Oh yeah, we didn't tell them that.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
we
the-
had one flagged, right?
Yeah, last week they pulled it down
We had a
Couple
while
times you
before
said.
it.
twice. Yeah.
Before it.
And I don't know
posted.
why that one.
I can
that,
tell
don't-
you why.
Why?
we're getting too close.
They're trying to keep us down. They're trying to keep us down.
We're just one hit away from being freaking
the media overlords.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be the next big thing in the internet.
Well, and then the next time they took it, but I don't know if it was like.
Did you make changes?
I did. I like shortened it.
Took all the psych stuff out, right?
No, so I left in.
Because we talked about Shit Dynasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to shorten it up, and then I put like music over the ending instead, and I even took out like some of the stuff at the end.
Yeah, no, you took out because we had that game where we were playing and it was like the 2-on-2, and I said like a silverback gorilla.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that whole section was gone. And
where
I was
we
like,
beat you guys. I remember that.
No,
We
you
beat
definitely
you.
didn't. It was our first time
No,
playing,
I think you're misremembering. I think
Yeah.
It seemed like it was at least a tie.
I mean, I think so.
it was a.
We need to do that again on the next podcast. But it was weird because then when I re-put it up there, the ending had music behind it, and I cut down some of the psych stuff. They still pulled it down. So then, like, once I took out that ending, and I was just like shooting from the hip. I didn't know if it was going to work. So I like cut down the ending, and then I turned down them talking, and then like I cut down some of the end portion. I don't remember everything that I cut out, and then they let it go. They haven't sent it. So I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know. But yeah, what do you guys want me to end out this one with? We didn't really sing any songs.
I could come up with some of them. You want me to?
I don't know. I mean,
I've been listening to a lot of.
I mean, I've
Basic
always got
Hallmark.
some music that I can send your way.
oh yeah, Hallmark music. We can
Last
figure it
time-
out.
Well, let's say goodbye.
All
My
right.
stomach's been viciously growling. I'm kind of interested to see if we can hear that on the.
Probably not.
I'm gonna-
All right, everybody. Take care of yourselves.
Goodbye.
Dude.
I'm just seeing if we can hear it.
No.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Everybody, bye.
This is something new for y'all. Nah, this ain't nothing new. Feel me? You probably heard this beat before, but you never heard me rap on this, so we gonna get into it like this. Here we go. You don't like to dance? Come on, do the cha-cha. Shorty Spanish, so she like to call me Papa. True fact, everything I do, they call it Flocka. All they do is copy me, I call them Walker. She get worried about my hoes, I had to block her. Had to kick off the list, I'm playing soccer. Why you acting Jamaican? You not even a roster. If you really a Jamaican, make the pasta. I'm just a